What's up troopers, my name is Neon and here is the video for the best tips and tricks when it comes to aim assist. I actually recently made an aim assist video a couple months back recently over the update changes when they actually improved the aim assist, and that video got really well received. I thought because that video got well received, I thought let's go and make a video and actually give you guys the best tips and tricks for aim assist. These are actually my own personal aim assist settings and they work really well for me, and I'm going to go in depth because it's not just the aim assist settings that actually you need to change. There's a couple of other things too, but once you do that you're going to make your aim assist so much more better. So before we get into the video troopers, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, please do, and of course leave a like. Thank you very much. And we're getting very close to 17,000 subscribers. So what we're going to do is first troopers, we're not going to talk about the aim assist just yet. We're going to talk about some other settings first that actually help you improve for your aim assist. So the first thing I actually do more than anything is actually just my soldier aim settings, and my soldier aim sensitivity is actually 80. This is actually going to make myself move really fast left and right, but this is not where you're actually aiming. I know it does say soldier aim sensitivity, but it's not actually the aim sensitivity. This is just your standard view, so when you're just looking left and right when you're not aiming, this is the speed you're actually going. And the thing is, actually having a really fast speed is going to be really good because you can actually turn around and look behind you a lot more faster, and you'll be way more consistent into them gunfights. And we're going to go into the FOV now, because with aim assist is going to work in different ways when it comes to your FOV. Sometimes if your FOV is really high, just like it is for mine, I actually have 105. Because your target's a lot more further away because of the field of view, your aim assist is going to be a lot more trickier. So if you actually did want to have your aim assist even more better, then the closer they are, the stronger it's going to be, because you're actually going to see that target a lot more larger. So if you really want to, feel free to knock down your field of view by 90, but honestly this is not going to be a massive game change, so you can really just have the max FOV if you really want to. When it comes to ADS FOV, you will need to make sure this is on. This is a very important thing when it comes to aim assist, because if you actually have this off, it actually makes your weapon zoom a lot more further and you'll aim so much further in, and yes, the target will be a lot more larger, but that's the thing, because you're aiming in way more further, you're actually going to have a lower FOV, and because of that you're going to actually increase when it comes to visual recoil. So all the type of effects and everything are going to be so much more noticeable because your weapon and your recoil pattern are extremely close to you. If you turn your ADS field of view on, then your FOV is actually going to be a lot more further away. So once you start shooting with this weapon, you're going to get less visual recoil, and if there's less visual recoil, you're going to see your target and track them way more smoother. So this is the very important thing. So now we're in the zoom configuration settings. So what we're basically actually going to be using is, because the configuration settings actually for default is 133. I actually lowered mine down all the way down to 100. This is actually going to make it so much more smoother when you're actually going into your gunfights. Configuration is basically the speed of your sensitivity, and the higher you actually go, the more snap it's going to be. So when I was using 133, I feel like when I was turning around, it was almost like a flick. It wasn't like a smooth transition or anything like that. It honestly felt like I was playing on PC, because I was flicking left and right so much more quicker. But that was the problem. When it comes to gunfights and I was actually trying to shoot someone or maybe track them, I would be flicking too much and I wouldn't be having a consistent tracking. So I actually slowed this configuration down to 100, and now when it feels like I'm moving left and right and trying to aim on my targets, I have a smoother tracking situations. So when someone's going and taking the zip line or they're just running away, I can get that person no problem. Alright, and now here is all the main juicy stuff. So I just give you guys some extra setting tips, but here are the aim assist settings. So my soldier aim assist is 100. That's why you always need to have it as 100. If you tweak with this, you're actually going to tweak with both your aim assist settings at the same time. So you're going to tweak with your slowdown and you're going to tweak with your snap zoom. The most important thing when it actually comes to aim assist settings is actually the soldier aim assist slowdown. This is going to be extremely important. So basically when you see that target and you aim on that target, your sensitivity as a whole is going to be half, and it's going to slow everything down for you. And once it actually does do that, you can track that target way more better. And this is what I was saying about the configuration, is once you're tracking onto that target, if your configuration was too high, you would snap onto that target super quick, and it would be super difficult to stay on consistent target. And because now you're going to have the right configuration, it means your soldier aim assist slowdown is going to work really well for you, and you're going to track them no problem. And after a while while, once you keep tracking enemies, then you're going to slowly start learning the best way to track. And once you do, then you can start aiming above the shoulders and actually start shooting on the head. And then after that, you're going to get people no problem. You're going to start winning so many more gunfights because you're going to be tracking enemies, but you're going to be tracking them while getting that headshot. The next thing is the soldier aim assist snap zoom. So this is a very interesting and controversial topic. Snap zoom is basically if you see the enemy, you aim on them and you snap on them. This is the problem though. I feel like this is kind of a cheesy thing because you're not really doing the job yourself. If you saw the enemy, you just aim and that do it all for you. We don't really want that. And the problem is as well is if you actually have this on as 100, if you see multiple targets, it gets extremely sticky. And because it gets so sticky, you can't focus on multiple targets because it's making you focus on one specific target, and once that person's dead, then you can switch on to the next target. And that's the problem. Sometimes you'll actually see an enemy and maybe that one person's not looking at you, but the other guy is looking at you, but you just snap zoom to the wrong target. And that could be very frustrating, especially if you're trying to aim to the other target, it's trying to shoot you. By the time that happens, you're probably already dead. So for me, I don't actually use that much snap zoom at all. I only use just 10% because using 10% is really basically all the aiming is pretty much on me. I just use that little 10% to just give me that little bit of extra help. Because when I'm using 10%, if I see all the other targets, I'm not going to have this really weird sticky aim snap. So I can stay way more consistent. The soldier input curve, I'm using the standard. There's a couple of other things if you really want to, but for me, standard is the go-to. Once the aim assist was all improved over a couple of months ago, standard aim curve is actually the newest one in the game. All the other ones are old aim curves, but the standard one is actually the newest one, and the newest one actually works 10 times better. If you want something a little bit more stickier, then use the BF4 or the BF1 because they are also working really well. But for me personally, I just go with the standard input curve. When it comes to acceleration, you do not want to be using any acceleration. Acceleration is basically a build up to your sensitivity. So if you had this as 100, if you look left or right or wherever you're going to be looking, you're going to start from 0 and it's going to build all the way up to your max sensitivity. And that can be very frustrating. The best thing to really use is just not have this at all. So then once you start moving around or seeing enemies, then you're not going to have any build up, so you can just go and get that target straight away. Getting a build at acceleration can be very frustrating, but of course sometimes it works out really well. You can actually help you guys track a little bit more better. So if you did want to use any acceleration, don't use no more than 25%, because I feel like if you use anything more than 25%, it's going to be very frustrating for you to play. And the last juicy thing is my soldier zoom aim sensitivity. Now this is one thing that actually catches a lot of people off guard. Most people thought I actually probably have a faster aim sensitivity, but I actually don't. I actually use 45%. This is a very low sensitivity and it's almost half on my regular sensitivity. But with a game like this, there's going to be a couple of times where enemies are going to be a lot more further away. And if your soldier zoom aim sensitivity is really high, it's going to be very tricky for you to use certain weapons. So for me, having a slower aim assist sensitivity is working really well for me. And of course though, you don't want to be aiming all the time because you'll be super slow. So make sure you're just keeping checking corners, just keep pre-aiming. But if you consistently keep aiming, it's going to be very difficult for you. But actually having a lower sensitivity is going to work out really well for close range gunfights. It's going to work out really well for medium gunfights, and you're going to be pretty surprised at the way you can perform at longer ranges. But yeah, there we go troopers. That's all the best tips and tricks when it comes to aim assist. These are my own personal aim assist settings. This is the first time I ever shared this as well. So over all the years I've been playing Battlefield, this is the first time properly giving you guys some good information when it comes to aim assist. But yeah, troopers, tell you what though, after you're done with this video, you guys are going to be playing so much better because these are really good settings. Anyway troopers, thank you very much for listening to me talk. If you did enjoy the video, don't forget to leave a like, comment, subscribe, be a part of Pink Army, and I'll see you on the battlefield. Nice. Come on. Where are you running? Don't run away from me. You're not running away. Come here. Come here. Where are you at? No.